What's going on, guys? Zach Ledogar, Eric Custadio here. We're coaches at Seaside CrossFit in Wareham, Massachusetts, West Wareham, Massachusetts. We're starting a little bit of a video log, so a vlog, Matt likes to call it.
Vlog.
We're doing a vlog. We've thrown around a couple ideas for names. We're thinking, what's a thruster? Because we get that probably every single week from people that have been here for 6 months or 5 years. We still get that all the time. So what's a thruster, right? We're going to pretty much talk about anything. If you guys have any questions, we'll always ask those, answer those as well. So we're going to go over a few things today. As you see up here, I'll go over a couple quickly. It's just we're going to talk about CrossFit and what we have to offer. I'll step back. So CrossFit, we're going to talk about roulette, our endurance, those are our sub-programs under CrossFit. We'll talk about cycle a little bit. We're going to go through strength programs, the threshold, what that entails, our absolute strength. We're going to relate it to CrossFit as well. And we'll go over our skills, our new movements and skills, our barbell club that we just introduced, and our aerobic capacity as well. Then we'll talk about the open and some community stuff. Yeah, so real quickly, we're going to talk about ourselves. So I'll let Eric go ahead and talk about himself real quick first. We'll listen to that, and then I'll tell you about me too.
So I'm Eric Custadio. I am one of the coaches here at Seaside CrossFit. Also coach the strength conditioning program we have here at Seaside. Just graduated from Fitchburg State University this past May, finally, thank God. Other than that, yeah, pretty new to Seaside. Just came here in July. But other than that, that's
yeah. So real quick, Eric and I have been friends for a long time. So it's not just we just became friends 5 months ago and we're this buddy with each other, right? It's not like we just hit it off great. We've been friends for a while. We kind of both met through actually lifting, like bodybuilding style lifting at Workout World, right? Get the guns there. That's pretty much where we got our base. Obviously we played sports throughout high school and into college. But I think the main way that we first got into the love of fitness was through Workout World.
Yeah.
More of the like men's health type fitness. Grab a notebook and write down some workouts. Obviously that gets to a point where it's too boring. I felt like it was repetitive. I know it's he actually, and how he hates when I bring it up all the time. He competed in
it was Spirit of America. It's a
right.
natural bodybuilding competition. That was in April of 2014. So I took some time off in between transferring schools and had way too much time on my hands, so it was a good time to do it.
Right.
Did well in the competition, but that was kind of like the peak of that lifting style, and then
right, that you pretty much accomplished everything.
Yeah, that was like the peak of that, and then actually ran some track in college for Fitchburg State. So then the whole training mentality switched up. It was more working for athletics, working out for
more compound lifts too.
Yeah,
right?
definitely compound. Going to like the ollies, the explosive lifting, and training to be an athlete.
So if you hop on the social media, you'll see plenty.
Oh yeah.
Plenty of good bronze Eric's pictures.
Hey, Eric Gus 22, 15,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
So there's some nice tan pictures in there.
Nice. Yeah. We went. We went to Workout World together. Became friends. We went to high school together as well. So, what's that? Known each other probably for over 10 years now.
Yeah,
Love each other.
17.
Went to high school together.
That's true.
Right. So it's been a long time. It's crazy. And so that's pretty much where we got our start through sports and that. Me personally, I played hockey. That was my main sport growing up. I played football as well, baseball, flew around lacrosse, pretty much anything that I could probably just pick something up. I enjoy everything. I enjoy all sports too. I know Eric does as well. Both pretty competitive, so when it comes to picking up even table tennis, guys, we play table tennis in here, and it's pretty damn competitive. So I think that's why I kind of got drawn to CrossFit. When I was done competing in high school and college after everything, I came here and found that this is very much just like a new sport to me. And it's so hard. It's so hard to get all the movements down, the weightlifting down. It's like taking every single piece of fitness and saying, here, be good at all of it. And I thought that was probably one of the coolest things about the sport.
It still gives you that competitive
right
edge, like not edge, but like competitive mindset in and lifting now. So you get
Right.
best of both worlds.
How did you feel when you like first? I know you had always done like workouts like WODs and stuff and conditioning that way. How did you first feel when you got into like an atmosphere where you were doing it multiple times a week, like up to 5 times a week now?
It was definitely new.
Yeah.
It was a good change though. It was at first a little, I wouldn't say daunting, but like you need some time to get used to it. But once you get through that barrier of wow, this might be a lot, and you get through that and you keep going with it, it's awesome. Because then you see the same people show up every day, and they kind of give you like a reason to be here,
Right.
and kind of hold you accountable actually to
Right.
be like.
As soon as you like, everyone slacks, even like us, even
Yeah.
the best athletes in the world, they'll slack too. And I think one of the coolest things like for you and I is seeing people come here every single day.
Absolutely.
Like that is one of the it's almost like a killer, right? It's like, damn, I wish I could take the whole week off. And then you see somebody like every day they're still here. I'm like, what's their excuse? They don't have an excuse.
Even if they're not RXing or like they're struggling through, they're here and they're here to get better. It's a cool thing to see, especially as a coach, because I made a Facebook post not too long ago of saying needed some motivation, and we had a huge deadlift day in here.
I think probably like 75% of the gym PR'd by like over 20 pounds.
So just seeing that, the people that you help every day motivate you, it's a cool atmosphere.
Right.
I enjoy
So
it.
that kind of links into community based. We're going to talk about that later. But how cool CrossFit in general just has such a cool community. I think. I don't think there's any other weightlifting or fitness realm besides outside of sports that encompasses a community as much. So that's huge. So we'll get back to that. I think that's pretty much it for intros. We probably missed over a few things, but we'll talk about it later on. We'll do this probably weekly, and we'll
Get some other coaches in here.
Yeah, get some other coaches. Josh is very shy on camera, so I talked to him last night. He said maybe if like he would just hang the camera up in the corner over there and have convo, he'll talk. But that'd be cool. He's got an interesting story as well. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about CrossFit first. So what we did recently, guys, we just introduced a lot of new programming, along with the stuff that we've already been doing to begin with. So we've always had CrossFit. Obviously, we're a CrossFit gym. We've always had roulette and endurance. We'll talk about those. We've had cycle for a little while now. We've had threshold for a while now. We've added absolute strength, and we just added these two more skill-based movement stuff as well. So we'll talk about all that. I think the first thing we're going to go over is just CrossFit in general. All right, so CrossFit, we have that every single day here. We're open. We just recently opened up Saturdays to more programming, so that's kind of changed a little bit. But every single day you can come in and get a CrossFit workout in. I program probably weekly, bi-weekly. It kind of depends on what I'm kind of basing my programming off of. I have a good template month out of where I kind of want the athletes to be, and then I slowly just fill it all in from there. So it's kind of been a good way of programming for me. I like to see weekly how people feel and adjust off of that rather than just having a big yearly one and yearly program and going off that. I think for what we do, being constantly varied, functional movement, you kind of need to see people how they're moving weekly rather than by the year. So I think that's a good way to program for CrossFit specifically. And I also program some of the strength and accessory work as well, which is complementing a lot of our CrossFit movement.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, and Eric, so I want to ask you, like, he coaches the strength and conditioning as well.
Yep.
I know they're kids, so obviously that's a huge difference as well. But what do you think, like, the biggest difference between like a strength and conditioning, or do you find that CrossFit is strength and conditioning? You know what I mean? What do you think the biggest issue?
I think, well, in a sense, it is definitely strength and conditioning. It might not be set up as the same as like a strength and conditioning program, because usually, like, if I do it, it would be all our strength first, and then we'll do like a conditioning piece. This is kind of the best of both worlds. So you guys, especially when you program, you have the strength first. We get through some of the strength, and then we go into its strength with conditioning at the same time.
Right. Like the actual workout.
Right.
So,
The WOD. It's
right.
You're getting the strength, and people, even if it's lighter weight, they don't realize how much volume they're moving sometimes through the reps they're doing, the distances they travel.
Right. So real quickly, guys, volume is reps times sets times weight. So or sets times reps times weight. So that accumulates to volume over time. So what we try to do is try to hit volume on a weekly basis or a daily basis. Try to always constantly try to increase that volume. So when I tell you guys, hey, remember those weights you used last time you did this workout, and let's see if we can increase the volume next time. So maybe we adjust the weight next time, so we are increasing the volume overall by adjusting that weight, right? So that's when he says volume, that's what he's talking about. So when he says you don't really realize in CrossFit how much volume you're getting in with lighter weight, it means how many repetitions you're doing of that weight over time, right? So all of that is a ton of volume. So if you guys complain about, hey, we just did a bunch of back squats on Monday, and then we did wall balls afterwards, why are the back squats killing me? And or something like that. Yeah. But it's probably a combination of both. You know, it's not just one specific thing. And thank God our legs can take that amount of volume, because we do a lot of legs. But you guys can definitely feel when you're working on a higher volume scale, right? So that's what he's talking about. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. Yeah, you're good.
But I think for me, when I was coaching the strength and conditioning as well, I think the biggest difference was sport specifics.
Absolutely.
In strength and conditioning.
Especially with the younger kids too, we'll do a specific skill training in the strength and conditioning time period. So we'll have like skill training depending on the sport, the given sport, or the age group as well that can factor in.
Right. Yeah, so CrossFit's more, we're trying to get well-rounded. We're not trying to overdevelop in one specific sport, so we're trying to be very well-rounded. So I think that's a little bit of a difference there too, but I bet you must have a pretty cool like feeling between like I can coach strength and conditioning and then I'm gonna hop over and just do something different,
yeah.
Right? Must be a little different, especially adults too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole. It's not. I'm not gonna say a whole different world because it's still in that fitness realm, right. But the mindset's a little different, and you see the difference. Like you said, it's sport specific, or we kind of going for the well-rounded aspect over there.
Right. So guys, we'll get into maybe another time, another vlog. We'll talk about sport specific stuff and relate it to CrossFit and just strength and fitness in general. So we'll do that another time. We'll get more in depth with that. But we're going to talk about Roulette, what that program is. So Roulette is a Friday night workout. I'm usually the one coaching there unless I'm off. It's a little bit longer, on the longer side. Like we said before, a lot more volume, like 45, between like 35, 45, 50 minutes. A lot more volume. You're usually with a partner or two, 3, maybe 4, team of 4. And we're trying to go for as long as we can at a good pace, right? We're trying to use that work-rest ratio of 1-to-1. So your partner's going to do, say, 5 reps, then you do 5 reps, then you're resting 5 reps, right? Use that work-rest ratio, so we're constantly trying to push ourselves every time we're on the bar or doing the work, right? So the point of Roulette is to kind of get out of your comfort zone a little bit. It's at 6:30 on Friday night, and it's accessible for everybody. Everybody can do it. And I tell you, like, unless it's your first day, obviously I wouldn't have you do that much volume, but if you've been here for a couple months, you know the movements, go ahead and try out Roulette. It seems intimidating because you look on the board and the list is probably this long of movements you're doing, or it's that much volume.
The numbers are a little
right, but you can always scale it, just like any other CrossFit workout, right? I remember Eric, I think one of his first weeks he did a Roulette.
It was
right?
Yeah, I did actually.
All right, I think the first Friday he was here probably it was in the summertime. I was his partner. My partner might have been a little bit of a shock to like, holy crap, this is what we're going to be doing all the time. No, but it was that fun. It was a good.
It's a good community builder too.
Right.
Because teams, and you got teams of 2 or teams of 3, sometimes 4. No, like 3.
So we've done 4 before, yeah.
But it's like a event kind of like. It's cool. A lot of people from the gym will skip like a class at night and head to Roulette.
Right.
It's cool.
What we do, like I'll just come up with the workout. It's called Roulette because you won't know what it is until you show up. And then boom, I hit you with the bullet, right? Put it on the board, and then everyone's going off from there. A little bit different style. We warm up. It's very much peer, like a peer warm up. You're with your partners. You're doing a warm up that you would basically do in a regular class. I'll come over and help you guys out if you're new. But everybody kind of comes in. They stretch out on their own, roll out, go through the movements on their own. I'll walk around, make sure everyone's doing the right thing, and then we'll go off. So at right around 6:30 it starts. We probably start around 7 o'clock, I'd say, probably we're closer there.
Yeah.
And so it brings us to about 8 o'clock, and then everyone's hanging out, maybe having a few beers if they want to hang out, have a couple beers. Good social time, good time for new people to meet a lot more new people, or people that have been here for a while as well. So that's one of the coolest things. Endurance, that's Sundays at 8 o'clock, 8 to 9:30, right? Kind of mimics the time frame of roulette, except you're usually working by yourself. We do have partners every now and then as well, but it's more of a body weight or lightweight, pushing your volume for long periods of time, with lightweight kettlebell swings, burpees, some pull-ups, a lot more body weight stuff, or pulling sleds for a longer period of time. Right, obviously you can scale it down again, but we do have a lot of people, sometimes up to like 20 people, I think.
It's a decent
But yeah, that's endurance. So a lot of you guys already know about these two. They've been here for a little while. But yeah, so endurance 8 to 9:30 on Sundays. We also have a 9:30 WOD right after that, which is more like a regular CrossFit class, not so long, hour-long, runs just like a regular CrossFit class. All right. Cycle. Another program that we've had here for a while, over in the Purple Lights in the other room across from here. Cycle class. I think we have 4 or 5 spin instructors doing cycle. So it's a spin class. We like to tender it's more towards, I think, CrossFit.
Yeah, it would be. I feel like it's
tend to CrossFit that way.
And that's the thing too. Some of the most, I would say all of our,
with the exception of one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do our CrossFit classes too. So they're strong. Oh yeah, except for one. That's right.
Yeah.
They're strong athletes, even if they don't do it, but they go for both.
Right. And guys, when this site, we're not going for a glam fitness, right? We're not here to just kind of hang out, and it's not our social hour. So if you guys come to our cycle, it's fun. It is just like all the glam stuff. It's fun. It's a good time. Great instructors. Great atmosphere. Except you're getting a great workout that's beneficial, right? So we're trying to actually mimic the intensity of CrossFit a little bit, constantly varying it, whether you're going fast or slow, or you're going up a hill, right? Trying to do that and shock your body in different ways, and you're not just constantly hitting the same stimulus, right? Your body doesn't change unless there's a different kind of stressor. That's why we constantly vary things. You can't just constantly do the same thing forever and expect your body to change. So through the programming and cycle, different spin instructors, they'll always mix it up too and make sure that your body's getting what it needs and not just one stimulus for a long period of time.
It's great for the CrossFit athletes too, because you get to keep that same stimulus without all the weights too. Like if you're maybe it's like an active rest day, or you need a day off from the barbells, hit the cycle, the spin seaside cycle.
Right. I would definitely say once a week, definitely hit up cycle, because that active rest day, maybe Thursday's your day off from CrossFit. See if Thursday's a day that you can hop over and do some cycle too. Yeah. So it's 45 minutes about that, going at all different kind of paces. You can test out some of the instructors. They're all great. I'm sure you guys will love all of them. So that's cycle. Next, we're going to talk about some of the strength programs that we offer here. Threshold is something that we've had for a little while now. It's very early. Coach Josh, he coaches the Threshold class on the early time. So it's either 5 or 5:30 a.m. on either Saturday or Sunday. He's also a firefighter paramedic. So he's kind of busy there. So he'll figure out whether he can do Saturday or Sunday. So he comes in. It's a 2-hour-long class. It's a lot of strength, a lot of kind of more odd object stuff. Like you'll do stone stuff, or you'll be holding a squat for a 7-second pause at the bottom with a heavy percentage. So it's a lot more pushing that weight threshold and trying to get stronger and build strength. Obviously through your legs, pressing, more compound lifts and stuff like that.
Definitely these two classes right here are something you would build into. Like you start off with the normal CrossFit classes, build your way up in those classes. Once you feel comfortable under weight, under tension, under like a longer period of time working out, then start to try out some of those classes. Because once you're at that level, it's an awesome class to take, and it's awesome to just. It's different. It's like constantly varied. workouts in between the workout itself.
Right.
There's a bunch of stuff going on in the class. It's fairly long.
Right.
So.
There's a lot of like every minute on the minute work too.
Yeah.
Like you're not only just squatting, but you're doing it every minute, making sure you're hitting those reps on the minute as well. So it's a little bit of a different kind of program there. Long strength based. If you do end up going there and it's your third or fourth month and you still want to give it a shot, you can do that. Just let Josh know, hey, I'm new, because he might not have seen you before because he's coaching early. Hey, I'm very, very new, but I want to give it a shot. If I can scale down the weight or if I can scale down the reps, can you help me out with that? He'll be more than happy to do that. Absolute strength. We're pushing into a little bit more morning here.
Yeah.
4:30 a.m. So if you go to bed at 6 at night, you can wake up for this one, because I'm not getting up for this one. 4:30 a.m. Josh again. He doesn't sleep, so he's up all night.
Nocturnal.
He lives here. He comes. He just walks right in. He's still up, and he's gonna go over. He does 4:30 absolute strength. So before our 5:30 WOD, you can come in. It's a little bit more threshold like you're hitting some heavy weight, moving heavy weight there, and then you're gonna hit a little bit of a CrossFit WOD there. So the point of it is to kind of get your threshold in. If you can't hit the weekend, you can kind of come in a little bit earlier before your 5:30 class. I know 5:30 it's hard because you have to go home and go right to work or get the kids on the bus, but at least this will allow you to kind of come in a little bit earlier and get your strength building in too.
And this is usually held multiple days too throughout the week.
Right.
when
So
Josh is
I
coaching.
think whenever he's coaching, he's going to be doing this.
It'd be
So
like pop-up class basis, but
right. So this is something cool. There's always a little bit of a WOD at the end too. You're going to be pushing heavy weight there at the end as well in your WOD, which is good too. So you can do this. He kind of caters it around the fact that you can do this and the workout right afterwards, right? So he doesn't put a ton of volume here, as much as threshold is, but this is enough that you probably feel good enough to hit the workout after that, right? So again, this is something maybe if you're new, I wouldn't go head full of steam right into it, but kind of just feel it out, right? So if you've been here for a couple of years and you want to start getting a little bit stronger in the morning time, head on in over there. Next, we got our two newest programs here. One that we've started, one that we're not going to start until the spring. It's our more skill-based weightlifting. So Barbell Club, what we're going to be doing there is a lot of compound lifting and a lot of intricate technique work on our snatches, our jerks, our cleans, all of the Olympic lifting, right? So in CrossFit, we use Olympic lifting a ton, right? It's pretty much almost in every single day. So a lot of people, when they come into it, don't exactly have the mobility or the technique to get into proper form. So if you have been struggling with it for a little while, it's just a cool thing to kind of maybe have interest in, right? We're going to do it Tuesday at 6:30 at night, Thursday at 6:30 at night, and then Saturday morning between 7:30 and 9:30 you can come on in and get this done in those 2 hours on Saturday.
yeah, so there are times for it when people would probably show up the most. These aren't really like specific classes where a coach will be strictly watching you. There's other classes going on as well. So it's kind of, if you have a partner or if you show up and someone doesn't have a partner, kind of partner up and police each other. So again, this is one of the things where this is afterwards. This is like supplementary.
Right, it's accessory work, right?
Exactly,
It's like
yeah.
when I have the programming and we don't get to the accessory work in a normal day, you guys can stay after and get that done. Same thing here. I know it's a lot more intricate and you probably have tons of questions, but there's usually another coach here watching you guys. I know Matt, the owner Matt, he's always here as well at nighttime, so he's been helping out with that. If you guys have any questions, if you notice that I'm coaching class and I have a second that I'm kind of just watching that class, you can come on over, ask me the same question, right? Ask me whatever it is. And it's peer coach, right? So in weightlifting, I know the best coaches that I've probably ever had are the people I'm working out with.
Yep.
Right? Because they see every single lift you hit, they see every single wrong technique you've probably ever done, like bad pulls, good pulls. So speak up, right? If you see somebody, if you know they're not getting their hips through on a snatch and you're like, you just see it, you don't say anything, they're going to continue to not get their hips through. So say it to them, and if you can't really get it across to them, then you can come grab me and I'll give some pointers too. Saturday is more of a time where the coach will be there, more hands-on, helping you guys out. I think Matt's been coming on Saturday morning to kind of get that kick started as well. So he's been there helping on that.
And that's about a, I want to say 8-9 week program, 3 days a week. building up to hopefully a competition.
Yes, right. So that's going to be huge competition. Hopefully we can get everybody in singlets, right? Singlets are those, you ever see the weightlifting competitions that you got the one piece, like unitard type thing, right?
So hopefully like an in-house competition, we have some foods, some like community, even if you're not there, definitely come in.
Right, and if you don't do this programming too, you can still compete in it, right? If you don't have time for this extra stuff, we're going to have this, we're going to have a little bit of mini in-house competition, see everybody move, we're going to have a little bit of like weigh in, and just like they would a normal comp, it'd be pretty fun. So that's something to look forward to. If you have any interest more in that, you can come and ask Eric and I or any of the coaches. In the springtime, right, as soon as we're done with the barbell club, it's time for us CrossFitters, right, to start running outside more, get a little bit more lean, right? Burley season's over.
Burley boy's
over. Time to hit the streets. Aerobic capacity, okay? So we're gonna do running,
some track
biking,
workouts,
track workouts, some biking, some inside biking. We'll do rowing, whole bunch of different stuff to increase our aerobic capacity. All right. So Eric, if you want to talk about that a little bit too, because he's got the running background, like sprinting, a little bit different, but same kind of.
So a lot of like the old school mentality was, you always have to get this certain amount of mileage in and just kind of hammer the like. If you want to run a marathon, you had to be running
marathons all the time.
Yeah, exactly,
right.
And it's detrimental to your body. So we're looking for more of the running your track workouts, doing I don't know like a couple 800s or 400s stuff. It's lower amount of volume like we were talking about, but
higher intensity,
and it's more so you can work on your aerobic capacity. But it's not like we're going to be running 10 miles. It's not stuff like that. It's
right, guys. Like when I know you do it too when you coach, but when I coach, I always say, guys, if we're doing like a 3 by 20 seconds on the bike and a 20-second rest, right? We're doing that in a sense to try to increase our overall 2-minute time. Say we want to really hammer out our 2-minute on our assault bike. You're not going to get better by constantly doing 2 minutes on the bike, 2 minutes on the bike every now and then. You got to switch it up. So you're going to go, say, 30 seconds at your hardest you can do it, and then rest a minute, and then 30 seconds on again. So we're thinking the same thing here for aerobic capacity, right? Yep. If you need to run a marathon, you're not going to run a marathon every day. You're going to kill your joints, you're going to kill your body. You need to get faster in the short term. So starting by getting faster in your 400s, getting faster in your 200s, your 800s, right? We're going to be trying to work that a little bit.
And it's another way to keep yourself interested in your fitness, because especially when it starts getting nice outside, you want to go outside, you want to get out, do your biking, do your running,
right?
Instead of being inside like snow, you're just stuck inside because of the snow. And it's another way to get your cardiovascular fitness up, but just switching up the pace a little bit.
So what this is going to lead into is, last year we had an outdoor, what did we have, like a little party? It was
like field day.
Field day, that's what it was, field day. That was cool. We had it was kickball, dodgeball, like field day. It was awesome for adult field day. Had the keg there, of course, had to get that there. So it's cookout. It was awesome, great time. Probably one of the best times of the year. So we're definitely going to redo that, revisit that at the end of aerobic capacity. So everyone's in their best shape, right, looking good for the field day. Something that we're probably going to try to do, maybe get a band for that. That'd be awesome. Maybe start a little bit earlier so we can get a little bit more sun time, play more games, because I think last year we didn't get to play enough games.
Yeah.
So
not as many as you wanted.
Not as many as I wanted. Gym Clash Hero. So, all right. So that's the programming that we have here at Seaside that's available for all the adults. So that's what we got going on, guys. We kind of got a lot of stuff that you guys can do. Not many gyms do this, so please try to take advantage of it, right? A lot of gyms just have CrossFit with a little bit of like CrossFit style added to it. Not about a lot of other gyms, especially CrossFit gyms, have cycle, these strength programs, these skill programs. Okay, this is super, super, super unique. So take advantage of it. Ask us questions. We're both very educated. We take that seriously. We have plenty of certifications. I know he's got his background in, he's got a degree in exercise science, guys. So ask us anything. We are more than happy to do that and talk to you guys about it. So please take advantage of it. We'd love to have you guys start this stuff. So leading into the Open, So what the Open is, every year it's the qualifier for the CrossFit Games, right? So what we're gonna do is every Friday, well Thursday night, we have a little watch party here. They introduce the workout that you have until the next Tuesday to submit. So what we do, we have the watch party, we watch a couple games, athletes go ahead and do that workout, and then we write down the workout for ourselves and we go get ready out there Thursday night for the following Friday. All of Friday's programming is the CrossFit Open workout. Okay, so you'll come in and you'll do the Open workout. So either way, whether you sign up or not, you're gonna be doing the Open workout. So might as well just sign up, right? The best part about signing up is millions of people around the world are doing it as well, okay? And it gives you an opportunity, to see where you lie, right? So you can always be, sorry real quick, Eric's got a little bit of stuff going on outside. So what you can do with the Open here, you're signing yourself up as a way to see where you've progressed over the years, right? So year one, you might not be as great, obviously, as year two, but you can see how much of an improvement you've made in a year. Okay, so when the Open, it kicks off, I think, February 22nd. I think that's when it kicks off until into the late March. So it's 5 weeks. You're going to be doing 5 workouts. You can resubmit, do it as many times as you want, and you're going to submit your score before Tuesday morning, right? So that's the Open. I highly suggest if you're new or you've been here 5 years, everyone does it. That Friday night, in place of roulette, we're going to be doing the Open Friday Night Lights. So what we do is everyone comes here, cheers on everybody, we go in heats, and we all go hit the Open workouts out there. So I suggest all you guys sign up for the Open. You can sign up now for it on Reebok's website. So you go on there, sign up. All right. Last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was community. All right. Community, super, super important is community, right? So real quick, I'll just wait for Eric here and we'll go over community.
What's up, dude?
What's up? Everything all right?
Yeah, you just signing waivers.
Okay. All right, I went over the Open.
Nice.
Community.
Community.
Okay, right? Guys, CrossFit is super, super, super into community, right? It's not probably the only, like we said before, the only thing in fit, the only type of fitness that offers a great community. Through being here every day, we're all a little bit wacky, right? Because we're doing these crazy workouts, and there's not many people we can go talk to about this kind of stuff outside of here.
Sure.
So we relate. You can't go to. I can't even hang out with my buddies and talk about it. I just shut my mouth because I don't want to hear it. So, community. This is something unique that we have here. Through Seaside, we try to actually hammer community even better by offering you guys tons and tons of opportunity to come out and hang out with us. Right? We're both in the community, like well involved in the community. I know he's from Dartmouth, a little bit outside of where we are, but he's been friends with me forever, and he's an awesome person to have a part of our community as well. So we're lucky to have him join the community. And guys, we have Seaside Prom, we have Field Day. We're constantly trying to get you guys involved in in-house competition, roulette. We offer these programs because of you guys, for the community, right? We love you guys, right? So as much as you guys hate the workouts and think we're trying to kill you over there, we love having you guys here. So you guys are just as much as like our best friends as my best friends from high school, right? So I love it. So if you guys, if there's any problems going on in the community, you guys have any issues or anything, always come up and talk to us, right? I'd rather you guys feel more comfortable here than uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Nobody's out to get anybody here. This is an awesome place to work out and have fun, right? So I think that's the overarching theme here is we're doing all this stuff because you guys are awesome, and we hope you guys take advantage of it as well. The community piece, please always feel involved. I feel like you can get involved. If you're new and you see that there's a Christmas party, and you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to go, I'm too new. Definitely come, because they are awesome. Like Seaside Prom, Eric had just started working here, and he went to Seaside Prom. We had an awesome time. Yeah. Some of my best friends now are from this place. And that's like one of the coolest things about it.
I'll say from my personal experience, getting here in the summer, I've never been in a place that welcomes you with like such open arms, but everyone, not just a couple people. It's like
Right.
everybody.
Right.
here.
It's not like you're walking into, you transferred schools and you walk in and nobody paid
Yeah.
attention to you, right? As soon as you walk in here, I felt like, oh,
Yeah.
they just pulled me in. I'm
Yeah.
stuck here now.
It's not even like you. Like obviously, it would be nice if you're new and you make like an effort to talk to people, but people will talk. Like will talk to you, come up to you,
Right.
ask you about it. Like,
All right, I'm gonna say we have an athlete here who's told me who's told me before, I'm not a people person. I don't like talking to people. And I was like, good, now I'm going to talk to you every single day. And that's what happened. I ended up talking to this person every single day. And now they are like probably one of the most talkative people. When I see them, they come up, talk to me right away. I actually tend to be drawn to them because we have a good relationship now. Just because they love to work hard in here. They've kind of put all that like shyness away. They put that behind them, and they get it done in here, which is awesome. So this place will truly change how you feel about I think even people, working out, socializing, all that stuff. I think it's an awesome thing.
or if you're new to CrossFit too, and like you've heard some things about CrossFit,
Right.
I think this place will completely change your mind,
Right.
and kind of open your eyes on the community behind.
Right.
The
You can't just
CrossFit.
let CrossFit label all CrossFit gyms either.
Right,
Because
exactly.
every gym's different, right? I know there's certain gyms out there that don't offer any of this stuff and don't even offer really any good CrossFit programming. And they don't really know what they're doing, but they do have a gym. There's no community in some of those places too, but we have all of that, which is so cool and so awesome. So I think that's one of the best parts about Seaside. So, and that's all we're going to talk about right now, guys. We're probably going to attach something you guys can watch after this as well. We're going to also introduce a kind of another segment to the vlog where we're bringing in people from our community or outside the community to talk to them about their story, right? How CrossFit influenced them, or just what they're doing in daily life, all that stuff, school, this, that, all these things, and work too. But we're gonna do a video with them, more of like socializing, talking, like shooting the shit kind of thing, right? And just hanging out. So we'll introduce that to you guys. So
you get to meet some athletes
Right.
in the gym.
that'll be cool.
Definitely.
And definitely see a different side of us. I mean, you guys see it all the time. You know us pretty well already. But see maybe a little bit more into us. So, all right, guys. If you guys have any questions, we'll answer any of your questions on the next video as well. We can write it all up here. You can leave it in the comments in the Facebook section, depending on whether we put this on YouTube. Leave it in the comments. You know, us famous YouTube stars over here. We'll get like 2 comments. You suck. Dislike. No, but leave it there, guys, and we'll talk about anything you guys want us to talk about.
Absolutely.
All right. See ya.
There you go.